Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grey and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday, I'm in love. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Friday, October 11, 2019. Our top story this morning takes us out to the playing fields with a recap of yesterday's sports. Let's go to Caitlin for that report.
The boys' varsity soccer team defeated Hillside by a score of 1-0. David Rocha had 1 assist and Sebastian Barajas scored only 1 goal. Alex Velazquez had 3 saves. The volleyball team had a big conference win last night at Plainfield. They got a big game from seniors Sarah Lippin, who had 21 digs, Jasmine Bayot, who had 8 service points and 12 digs, Annabelle Perlata with 6 kills, and Soraya Reed with 2 blocks. They also had a big game from sophomores Erin Mooney with 7 kills and Raina Hausenauer with 20 assists. Their next home game will be October 23rd with a 5:30 start for the annual Dig Pink Night. All of the proceeds go to cancer research. The girls' varsity soccer team defeated Hillside by a score of 8-1. Natalia Soto scored 2 goals, Alexis Zelinsky, Ariana Chavez, Scarlett Chico, Camila Martinez, Angela Amaya, and Bianca Palacios all scored 1 goal. Luana DeLuz had 2 saves. Today there are a lot of sports events happening. At 4, the girls' varsity and JV soccer team are both away at Medichin High School. The girls' varsity and JV tennis both have a match home against Arthur L. Johnson starting at 4. Lastly, the varsity football team has a home game at 7. So get out there and support the teams.
When a person is a first responder or a law enforcement officer, they are never really off duty, and they are always ready to take action. This is exactly what happened this past weekend at the Prudential Center. Barvi has that story.
An off-duty New Jersey trooper saved a woman who stopped breathing in a concert at Sunday night. According to the New Jersey State Police, Trooper Cassandra Pugh was at a Hugh Jackson concert in Newark's Prudential Center when she heard cries for help from the restroom. Pugh ran inside the restroom and found a 73-year-old woman unconscious on the floor and was not breathing. She began performing CPR with the help of the woman's family until the EMTs arrived with AED. The authorities also reported that she continued helping until the woman regained a pulse and started breathing. According to the police, the woman was then taken to the University Hospital in Newark when she was listed in stable condition and is expected to recover.
Now it's time for announcements. Art Club and National Art Honor Society meeting will be held today after school in room 102. Come join us. For anyone who is interested in bowling during the winter, attend the interest meeting on Wednesday, October 16th in room 1 after school. Any questions or concerns? See Mr. Fucci. Thank you. Anime Club October meetings after school room 105, October 17th and October 31st. Gay Straight Alliance meeting date change. The GSA evening meeting that had been scheduled for Tuesday, October 8th has been changed. The new date is Tuesday, October 22nd. It will still be at 6 p.m. in room 18. In addition to our regular discussions, it will also be a game night. New members are encouraged to attend. Class of 2023 class trip to Brighton Asylum. When? Thursday, October 24th, 7 p.m. Cost $37. Ticket price includes pizza and drinks, transportation, and ticket to Haunted House. Permission slips available on the class bulletin board. See Mr. Salamanca or Mrs. Arango with any questions. The Roselle Park High School Marching Band is selling discount passes to Boss Cubs for Wednesday, October 16th. Friends Helping Friends event for $5. All proceeds go towards helping the band. There are refreshments and raffle drawings held on the day of the event as well. Please contact any band member to get your pass today. The Garden Club will be hosting its 4th annual pumpkin decorating contest. Pumpkins can be decorated but not carved or cut in any way. $10 to enter. Pumpkins will be provided while supplies last. Winning group will receive Dunkin' Donuts prize. All are welcome to enter, including but not limited to clubs, classes, friends, and faculty departments. Order forms are in the main office. Please return payment with complete order forms to Ms. Hernandez or the front office. Make checks payable to RPHS Garden Club. Deadline to enter is Tuesday, October 29th. Judging will be held on Wednesday, October 30th and Thursday, October 31st. Winner will be announced on Thursday afternoon. See Ms. Hernandez with any questions. Interact is sponsoring a school supply drive until the end of October. If you have any items you would like to donate, please bring them to Room 1. Anything is greatly appreciated. Movie night. Interact will be hosting a movie night on Thursday, October 30th after school. Come join us and watch Beetlejuice. You can pay $3 to attend or bring in a snack to share. See Mr. Fucci or Rebecca Rodriguez with any questions. AP registration. Forms and payment are due to guidance by Tuesday, October 15th. For 50 years, Sesame Street has been a major force in education and in promoting social and cultural awareness. And now they have a new character who has an important issue to address. Caitlin has the details.
Sesame Street has been known to tackle sensitive topics in ways small children can understand, like death, divorce, and even the September 11th attacks, in order to help them cope with these situations that could affect them at such a vulnerable age. Now the program is trying to go after a brand new topic that nobody expected them to respond to: addiction. Sesame Street is introducing Carly to the show, a green Muppet whose mother is battling with addiction. She will be voiced and manipulated by 10-year-old Salia Woodbury, whose parents are currently in recovery for addiction. The Sesame Street creators made a statement saying that they have wanted to tackle this topic for a long time, revealing that data shows that 5.7 million children under the age of 11 live in a household with a parent that struggles with substance abuse. Through Carly, Sesame Street wishes to give children who know someone going through addiction someone they can relate to. Kama Einhorn, a senior content manager with Sesame Street Workshop, said, "Even a parent at their most vulnerable, at the worst of their struggle, can take one thing away when they watch the show with their kids. Then that serves the purpose."
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Thanks for watching RPtv. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for CNN 10.
As they say, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% Fridays are awesome. Something like that. Welcome to CNN 10. I'm Carl Azus. It's great to have you watching. As we put this show together, a super typhoon was whirling toward the nation of Japan. Its name is Typhoon Hagibis. It's called a super typhoon because it's especially powerful. On Thursday, Hagibis was the equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane, the strongest classification. If it shifts direction as forecasters expect it to, this storm could come very close to the Japanese capital of Tokyo on Saturday. Meteorologists think it will have weakened by then, but Hagibis is on track to make landfall right near where Typhoon Foxai hit in September. That storm reportedly killed 3 people and caused more than $7 billion in damage. Super Typhoon Hagibis is expected to bring heavy rain to much of south-central Japan. Near the coast, forecasters are concerned about a potentially large storm surge, a rise in seawater levels pushed ashore by a storm. And Hagibis has already had an impact on the Rugby World Cup. It's being held in Japan this year, and some matches have been canceled as the storm approaches. On the other side of the Pacific, General Motors, the automotive company that makes Buick, Cadillac, Chevy, it's in the midst of the car industry's longest strike in decades. The union, representing almost 50,000 workers, is negotiating with GM over issues like wages and profit sharing, and a big hang-up between the two sides is over production in Mexico. GM has 4 factories there and 33 in the United States, but the company's planning to close 4 U.S. plants, and the union wants production in Mexico shifted back to the U.S. One industry expert says that would come at a heavy cost to GM. The strike has been going on for 25 days. 10-second trivia. The first known kites have been traced back to what country? China, India, Egypt, or Australia? Though the exact origin of the kite isn't known, historians believe they were first used in China. They fly like the wind, but can kites be used to gather electricity from it? There are a number of companies experimenting with this idea. It requires huge kites that fly high enough to catch the steady winds in our atmosphere and then transfer that energy back to Earth. There are concerns about the amount of maintenance they'd need, the threat they could pose if they crash, and what would happen in bad weather. But if everything goes right...
Some of the world's strongest winds are found here, out on the ocean where water is too deep for most offshore wind turbines. But a company called Makani believes it has a solution, with a new wind technology inspired by a familiar child's toy, the kite.
To me, it almost looks like an airplane. What makes it a kite?
You know, when you fly a kite in the park, it's being lifted by the wind and you're holding on to it with a tether. And so our kite is the same way.
Once airborne, Makani's 85-foot-long energy kite flies around autonomously, guided by computers. Crosswinds spin 8 rotors producing electricity that's sent back to the ground through a tether. And its carbon fiber frame makes the kite extremely lightweight.
Our energy kites are so lightweight, we can install them in deep water on floating platforms.
And that means they can capture winds much further offshore, where other turbines can't. Last month in Norway, Makani successfully completed its first deep-water offshore flight, but their kites won't be ready for market for several years.
If your system is widely adopted, what kind of impact do you think it could potentially make?
There are many areas around the world that really don't have a good resource for renewable power, but do have offshore wind resource. And so our lightweight kites create the possibility that we could tap that resource very economically and bring renewable power to hundreds of millions of people.
Whether it's flying in a blimp, driving an 18-wheeler, or jumping out of a plane, a CNN hero is helping senior citizens seek the thrills they've always dreamed of. His name is Webb Wyman. His nonprofit organization is JUMP. He says it's all about taking seniors from darkness to light.
I tell seniors, live by 2 rules. There are no bad bucket list wishes.
There you go.
And everyone should have a bucket list wish. For every bucket list fulfilled, there is a sense of accomplishment, a story that they get to take back to their community. It lifts their spirits. My name is Webb, and I help seniors achieve their dreams.
Go!
My dad is a piece of work. He's a 95-year-old veteran. He was in World War II, participated in the invasion of Normandy at D-Day.
That's a crew. I'm on the right.
He worked hard all his life, but he was always kind, always had friends, and would do anything for anybody. Give them the shirt off his back.
All right, so the last number was B15.
With Dad aging, he's slowing down.
Got that.
His body is not keeping up with his mind.
Bingo.
Bingo!
He wants to be the Energizer Bunny.
I can't believe it.
It aggravates him that he can't do what he used to be able to do.
We're gonna clear it out and do a new game.
The reality of living in isolation is out there and it's real. And that's really one of the driving forces for us to keep going. Drag the bucket list out of them. When he saw the balloon being blown up, and I looked at his face, his smile could have filled up the balloon. But it's in that moment that I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
Hey, we're moving.
It was just heartwarming to see him going up in that balloon. I think he's still smiling. I'm just so proud of him.
You keep smiling. That's your only requirement. I looked at it like much more than a hot air balloon ride. Calm and beautiful. It was a moment in time to share a little space with two heroes. Got a good shot of the moon.
Oh, to the moon.
It's a feeling that's undescribable. I could feel the joy in their heart. I could see the spark in their eye and feel the gratitude that fills the air. And I think knowing that they're feeling the same way is really all I needed to know this was a successful mission.
Everybody okay?
Woo! Yeah! A good time, Dad?
That was something.
He won't believe he's this old if he keeps doing adventurous things.
This one's fly again.
It was something he'd never experienced before, and he'll never forget it, ever.
Even in your 90s, you're still flying high and aiming large. I want to thank you. This was a great day.
A Canadian fire department recently ordered 18 large pizzas for $300. They thought they'd called Alimo's Pizzeria in Alberta, Canada, where they're based, but instead they'd ordered from Alamo's Pizza in San Antonio, Texas. Oops. That's 2,300 miles away, so a bit far for delivery. So what they decided to do was donate the pizzas to 2 local fire stations in Texas. Firefighters there shared some pictures of themselves enjoying the pies, and now people from all over are donating pizzas to workers. Who wouldn't want a pizza that effort? For anyone in Pepperoni need of a pick-me-up, these pizzas are making the rounds where slices of goodwill abound, and folks don't want to miss the chance to dish out a gesture whose ingredients are kindness and generosity and is never too cheesy to pie it forward. I'm Carl Azus. Hope your weekend is fresh.